Good morning, good afternoon, and indeed good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Rob, and today what we're going to do is have a little stroll, I think I'm going to call it. Yeah, we're going to have a little stroll into the new Creator Studio. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everybody, welcome to vidIQ. My name is Rob. If this is your first time here, we have a YouTube tool and channel that aims to educate you on your YouTube journey. And I'm going to put this out here right now. PewDiePie versus T-Series. That's the only time in this entire live stream that I'm going to use those three words. Whew, I bet you're all relieved about that, and so is our resident YouTube expert, guru, skateboarding geek, and gardening aficionado, Jeremy Vest, joining us in the house as always. Jeremy, welcome to this live stream. Are you all fully prepared for this one?
I am pumped up.
He's pumped up. I'm saying that as a joke because we've had a frantic morning, so we're going to be a little off the cuff, off the fly here today, but sometimes that's how the best live streams work, and we will welcome all of you awesome people who are already joining us here in the live stream. Those include the Poop Nugget, Home Tech, Woof Uff, I love that username, Octorius, Dasky Favor, Elmsley Mart 13, Andreas Bar Music, MC Plays. Jeremy, who else have we got in the vidIQ classroom today?
We have Cookie Clubbing 123, Science Games, Melissa. I can't spell your last name.
Yeah, you got to be honest there, Jeremy. These usernames are sometimes tough to pronounce.
James B. I got that one. CG Productions. We got John Ruckman, Casey Green, and Straight from MG.
Welcome to all of you. I'm just adjusting my camera here to make sure that I'm kind of in line with Jeremy. Let's see. Now, let's see. Do I look at... Yeah, I'm kind of in the same position here because it looked as if I was like a giant compared to you there for a second, Jeremy, but I've got that all sorted out. So, folks, what we're going to look at today is we're going to take a look at the Creator Studio, the new one, the one that you all absolutely hate, because I've got to be honest, with talks from Creator Insiders, and they've been having some videos with Tim Schmoyer, it looks as if this year, at some point, they are going to decommission, sunset the old Creator Studio, the one you like. So even if you are not a fan of it just yet, it is an opportunity to familiarize yourself with this new studio. Jeremy, if you were going to sum up the new studio in a couple of words, what are your thoughts on it so far?
I would say it's smarter data. Like, all in all, it gives you faster insights to what you need to know, like click-through rate or some, what videos are performing the best, things like that.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. It has more, I think the new Creator Studio treats you more like a human and gives you insights that you can act on, almost telling you things about what you're doing well and what you're doing not so well, much like our channel Audit. But it's just a navigation. Sometimes you don't get all of that information you want all in one place. So that's what we're going to look at right now. Thank you very much, Sandman, for the super chat there. We do appreciate you personally super chat there. And of course, if you are new to the live stream, we will be auditing your channel in around about 10 to 15 minutes time after we've looked at this brand spanking new Creator Studio. So I just need to click a button to make sure that Jeremy can see my screen. Jeremy, confirm you can.
Yep.
Yes, he can. So let's look at this without further ado. So here are the things that I think are worth looking at to begin with, and what I like about it. And I think the first thing I really like is the new dashboard. This is kind of like your homepage, or where you're going to look at your analytics in the morning every single day. And I think that one of the things I like most here is this video snapshot. It shows you how well your most recent video is doing compared to your rest. And this is completely by chance. I'm not just looking at these analytics today because vidIQ is doing particularly well right now. I mean, yes, we are over 1,000% better than we would do on average on our latest video. But I think that's what's really useful. It's usually going to be more in like the 10s, 20%, showing you how you're performing against your last videos. So I think that's always a good indication of an early signal from YouTube to tell you, hey, this video really resonates with your current topics that you're covering and your audience, do more of it. Or if you've taken a complete departure, maybe this didn't work for you, look at other potential content. And if you mouse over here, on the ranking by views, it compares your latest video versus your last 10 videos. So again, I think a really nice snapshot piece of information about how your most recent video is doing. And it's done, I think you call the term normalized here. So over the first 17 hours, it's comparing it timeline by timeline versus your previous videos. And I find that really useful as well. We've got channel snapshot on the right hand side here, and we should also have down here, usually if there's some sort of known issues or bugs, YouTube will report them down in this bottom corner, but it looks as if there aren't any bugs here on YouTube right now. You be the judge of that. And then there's the usual stuff like news and the Creator Insider channel, promoting some of the videos that you may want to watch if you're a video creator. So before I move on, is there anything there, Jeremy, that you would pick out in particular? Or should we look at something else?
No, I mean, I like looking at the news and the Creator Insights, insider information. It just kind of gives you what's new with YouTube.
So yeah, as a dashboard now, I think this is far better than the old one because it's giving you not only information about your channel, but news as well, and it's presented in a much more presentable way. If we look at analytics in general now, this is something that Jeremy talked about just as we were thinking of things to discuss here. So Jeremy, if you just wanted to guide us through maybe these sets of tabs here, what are the things that you think are really smart in this area of the analytics?
Yeah, my favorite tab is the Reach Viewers tab.
Yep.
And normally I look at this overall and then I go to individual videos. But if you'll scroll down a little bit, I really like impressions, click-through rate, impressions to views. So this is basically how well your titles and thumbnails are performing. And you can see we have 37 million impressions and 11% of those impressions are being recommended by YouTube. And then from there, if you scroll down, you can see our click-through rate and then impressions from the views from the impressions and then watch time from the impressions. So it's like a funnel of what ends up happening, and watch time is the most important thing on YouTube at this point. So it all funnels down to watch time.
Some interesting things to note here is that the best way to get more views on your channel usually is through YouTube recommending your content. And this is a really important line, this orange line. It should be as orange as possible because the more orange it is, basically, it's the more YouTube is recommending your content as opposed to people having to search for your content. Now, something that's really interesting that's happened on our channel here is that it's relatively low at the moment, but that's because a lot of people are searching and finding our content. And when it's in the grey, that means people are having to do the work to find our content. But in this particular example, because we are ranking very highly for those terms, that thing that I'm trying not to mention, look, we're getting traffic sources here of 66%, which is way off a scale. It's usually a lot lower down in the list. So we've got some really unique analytics here, but these analytics help tell us why that's happening. So yeah, Jeremy, you were mentioning that you got impressions. You can click on these tabs here, which will show you differences in like impressions. Like we got some real spikes in impressions due to recent videos, and then unique viewers as well. This is something interesting in saying like how many times do people watch multiples of our content, and you can look at that through interest of viewers. Is it build an audience? Yeah, build an audience. Average views per viewer. So at the moment, we get an average of 1.5. I mean, ideally, if we've got 300 videos, we probably want it at 300, but that's obviously not going to be super achievable. But yeah, I think some good things there in the general channel analytics.
And can you go back to Reach Viewers real quick?
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to give a little pro tip here. It's taking a minute.
Bear with us, folks, while my internet starts up. Oh, yes. Sometimes, everyone, the internet Our channel stops working. Right. Okay. So it was reach viewers, wasn't it?
Yeah. So see the see more blue text right under the graph?
Oh, yeah.
Click that.
I completely missed that. This is like, woof.
So yeah, this is definitely where things get really interesting for me. You can see all of this data by video, and then you can see all your impressions to click-through rates right here in one screen.
Yeah. And
so this is literally like the screen I focus most of my attention on.
And there's so many different analytics you can look at here, searching through all of these filters. And I know some people are starting to use groups now, so you can create a series of videos, and it's kind of like a playlist within your own analytics to, if you're going to look at a particular topic, put all of those videos in a group and then compare all of them. So it's getting to the point now where the old analytics had these options to a certain extent, but now you can find them in the new analytics as well.
And another pro tip here is under subscription status. It's really important to understand how many of your viewers are actually subscribed. You may not be doing a good job if, let's say, 80 or 90% of your viewers are not subscribed. You may not be doing a good job in telling people to subscribe. Yeah,
that is a good question, and I guess that analytic will fluctuate quite a lot between different types of audiences. You would expect that vlogging channels would have more subscribers watching their content versus educational how-to channels where people are searching, trying to get answers to questions. So you're absolutely right, Jeremy. I think one thing that we always recommend is that once you understand these baseline analytics, you set that as a benchmark and say, right, how can I improve on this? Whether it's click-through rate or whether it's watch time, or in this case, subscribers versus non-subscribers. So I hope, folks, you're following us through as we take this little journey. I want to have a quick look at videos now, and if we look at the analytics on a particular video, let's choose. I'm going to choose this one only because hopefully when I go to analytics, it's going to get. It's not. Okay, bear with us, because this doesn't always happen, folks, on this, but there are these suggestion cards on videos which help tell you when a video is doing really well, and I just wanted to try and find one of them to hopefully tell us a little bit more. Right, this one here, this card where it says, nice work, your video is really taken off, it's got X% more views than usual in the first 18 hours. So sometimes you don't even need to look at the graphs or the numbers, you just need this pointer, this help card that's telling you this is doing really well. Perhaps you want to make more videos just like that. So looking at individual videos is also quite helpful, and it's also got real-time analytics there starting to come in there on the new tools, which is awesome as well. A couple of things I want to mention now about specific videos, and you're bringing in more features like how to edit things and the advanced tab, the basic and the advanced tab here. But it's also an opportunity here to just let you know that vidIQ is now starting to appear in more of the beta studio. As you can see, we've got the real-time stats up here. Now we're including our recommendations for titles, descriptions. We've got the boost tool, which is now in place, and if you're familiar with this, it all works pretty much the same as in the video editor as well, and the scorecard, the SEO. So if you have vidIQ installed, a lot of this is free. You're going to get this extra support from us when you're in the new Creator Studio. And of course, down the side here, we've got more vidIQ tools here as well. We've got the channel audit, achievements. So we've got all of these shortcuts that you did see in the old Creator Classic Studio are now available here. So any final thoughts here, Jeremy? I mean, this is a very broad look at the Creator Studio at the moment, and as I say, in 3 to 6 months, this is going to be everybody's new home. But I would say, I'll pose this question to everybody, including yourself, Jeremy. Have you fully transitioned to the new studio yet, or are you still using the Classic Studio? And if so, why?
I would say that no, I have not transitioned, and the reason is there's just a lot of stuff missing still. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if I'm going to be posting a video, I don't want to be like switching back and forth because stuff's missing. Yeah. I do like, however, the editor. The editor is really cool for a lot of different reasons, but
should we have a quick look at that?
Yeah, essentially it's going to be easier, but right now it's complicated.
It's very clunky, isn't it?
Yeah. The editor there, what's weird about it is it's video editing, but this is also where you add your cards and end screens now. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense to begin with. Like, I guess we'll learn and it'll make sense, but there's no longer just like a quick and easy way, in my opinion, to add a card or an end screen. So it's like you're in a video editor to add things you would have added on the edit page before.
Yeah, it's kind of like an information overload at this point, isn't it? People are used to having a process where, right, okay, I'm going to do my interactive cards, that's on one screen, I fully understand how it works. Then I'm going to move on to the end screen. Then I'm going to move on to subtitles and captions, and now YouTube is trying to put all of this into one place. So yeah, I haven't transitioned over yet. I think the main reason I haven't transitioned over yet fully is because when you upload a video, that's still all done in the old classic studio, and that is quite jarring because you're forced to use that screen, which is classic, and then the new studio has a new version, and I still can't quite get that wraps around in my head. From what I understand, the upload screen is going to change as well to the new Beta Studio version as in the future, but it just hasn't been done yet. So yeah, I was just wondering if there are any other thoughts here. Some people are saying they still use the old one, don't like the new design. I think that a lot of people are echoing that. But my advice to you is, unfortunately, at some point, it's just going to disappear. The Creator Insider team are telling us that it's just too expensive to maintain the old version of the system. I think they're trying to equate it to, it's almost like trying to run Windows XP on YouTube when they've got now there's Windows 10 or Mac OS or whatever, and it's just getting too expensive to maintain that old system, so they do need to get rid of it at some point. And Beta Studio now has been around for about 18 months. I remember getting it at the end of 2017 when it had virtually nothing in it, so it has improved a tremendous amount, but there's still a long way to go there. Final thoughts on the Creator Studio is this bit down here. At the moment, you can still change your Creator Studio and make it classic by clicking on the settings, I think, if it's still in this screen. And yeah, you can still set your default experience to a beta or classic, which will force it to go one way or the other. So if you have been forced into the new beta, you should be able to change it back here, at least for the time being. And that was a brief look through the new Creator Studio. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the chat. And if you do have any questions about the Beta Studio, save them for the Q&A section here of the live stream, and we'll take a look then. In the meantime, let's get on to everybody's favourite part of the weekly live stream, which is, of course, channel audits. So if we quickly go through what a channel audit is, we have a link in the video description. If you click on that, fill out the form, you will be put forward to be audited, and we pick them pretty much at random. So do not ask for a review in the live stream chat. You may be put in timeout or banned because, put simply, we don't have time to look at the chat while we're auditing channels. Super chats, while always welcome, as we already have had some in this live stream, do not guarantee you a channel audit because we want to keep this a free service for now. Apologies in advance if we can't fit you in, because already we have 40 submissions, and usually we get about 100 per live stream. We try and go through as many as we can. And Jeremy, I always leave it to you for this bit, and like, why is it important to watch every channel audit, even if it is not your own?
Yeah, so look, we're not going to be able to get to everyone's audits. You can't be disappointed at us. We have 175 people watching right now. So my recommendation is to let us help you learn how to create these channel audits for yourself by looking at or listening and viewing me and Rob's approach to channel audits. You can take this information and apply it to yourself. And we have a channel audit tool that you can also use to get a lot of great insight.
Absolutely, yeah. So our channel audit tool is free to download as part of the vidIQ tools that we have. And if I quickly show you how that works, this is a general screen with the vidIQ extension installed. Down the left hand side we have all of these options, and fingers crossed when I click this button it will give you a full channel audit report card. It's almost like your 24/7 YouTube consultant that's telling us all of this information in one place, such as how well a channel's doing, how many subscribers, which videos are bringing in the most subscribers, which videos have the most velocity right now, which videos are sending traffic our way. All of this awesome information. I mean, like, you could probably digest this screen for half an hour to an hour every day and still not be I've lost my complete train of thought here. I was going to say, what was I going to say, Jeremy? You could look at this for an hour and still not get all of the information that it has to provide. So yeah, it's just a phenomenal tool, as we like to call it, one of the best, most powerful marketing tools in the entire YouTube universe. And it is free to a certain extent. You're seeing the paid version here, but the free version gives you all of these analytics, just not as many results. So with all that said, without further ado, if I press the right buttons here so that Jeremy can see my screen, which is going to be that one. Jeremy, can you see my screen? I assume you can. Yeah, Jeremy? Hello?
Hello,
Joshua. Everybody. Are we still here? My internet connection just dropped there.
All right, we're here.
Okay, sorry, I think my internet connection just dropped very briefly. Jeremy, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so without further ado, let's bring in the transition and we will audit our first channel of the day, which is going to be Fedra Plays. This is always funny when we look at a channel and we can't even pronounce the username. That's not. I'm sure that's not your fault. This looks to be a gaming character, but I'm struggling to pronounce that. Well, go on, Jeremy. Let's have your effort to try and pronounce this channel name.
Yeah, no.
Fedra Plays. We'll call it Fedra Plays in this one. And if you're in the chat, do correct us, as most people often do. So we have a channel here with 100 subscribers, just over 100 subscribers. And you haven't made that many videos. You've been around for a year. Looks as if you took quite a significant break and now you're getting back into it. And I'm seeing some success with a couple of videos, like Drunk Tank Part 2. Was getting quite a few views. Then you switched topics, so I see Apex Legends, and yeah, so some Apex Legends stuff and a bit of no, it's all Apex Legends. So my first question here to you as a video creator is, what happened with the Drunk Tank challenges? Because for a channel with 100 subscribers, you were having phenomenal success. You were getting views 10 times the amount of your subscriber size, which is always a really good indicator. I think the thumbnails could have been maybe tweaked a little bit on those videos, but you switched topic and now the videos are back into the double digits. So that's always a signal to me that the focus, or you found a niche or something that YouTube was really reacting well to, and then you've abandoned it. And then there's some sort of some branding contrasts here as well, Jeremy. If we look at the top banner here and then the thumbnails, there seems to be a disconnect here. What would be your first thoughts? For a small channel that's already got 100 subscribers and some views, but yeah, I think there's maybe a direction issue here.
Yeah, so I would recommend just making sure that the banner and the thumbnails have a unity.
Yeah.
As far as design goes, from text to color to overall design, I would just make sure that it looks like the same channel. And, I like seeing the evolution of your thumbnails, because, you started one way, then you went to another, then you went to another. So it's really cool to see your evolution. Just keep on playing. And then, for example, big channel update, make sure you're always using terms that people are searching for. I call this matching the passion with the intent of search. But make sure that you're actually using terms that people are searching for, and I think you'll do a lot better.
Yeah, it's this is certainly one of those community videos which may not have any search power at all, and it kind of reflects that in the subscriber range. But yeah, I think you're right that the thumbnails are slowly improving. I would just, whatever this was here, I would just return to this. It looks as if it was World of Tanks, and it looked as if you were onto something there, but you just abandoned it probably too quickly, whatever that was. But for Fedra plays, good luck with the rest of your channel. And yeah, maybe check back with us in a couple of months and see how you're doing. Jeremy, I'll let you lead with this one, which is Task Bester. Wow, these usernames are really obscure so far.
Yeah, I'll just start with the banner. It's creative, but my brain is like getting fried looking at it.
let me scroll down and let me help you out there, Jeremy. Okay.
All right. Thank you. So on the banner, I would just put your face, and I would definitely, put your value proposition of what this is about. To me, this looks like, and I'm just going to call every channel like this, TikTok channels, right?
Yeah.
So it looks very TikTok-ish styled content. Me being the dad, I always have to make sure that I slap everyone's hand. If you're not using your own content, then you're probably going to get in trouble, or even getting your whole channel taken down. So just make sure you're using your own content. And beyond that, I would just say that if you want to rank in the competitive world of YouTube, you need to pick really one major theme, and then just, as we say, go 2 inches wide and a mile deep within that niche topic.
I would say a theme that's coming out a little bit here is memes of some kind. But yeah, you're right in a sense of whose content is this, because it doesn't, I mean, I can see there's a Bain speech here and a Will Smith thing. So there might be sort of some meme satire going on in there. And if that is the case, then okay, you're going to have to think about fair usage and all those sort of things. And yeah, like some of the videos are very, very short. Like the difference here, we've got a video here with 17 seconds long, and then one after it is 10 hours long. So there's a mix of ideas going on here on a channel which, again, is relatively new to YouTube, and you've had a bit of success. But I think there's still some opportunities here to make it more uniform and give her a clear indication from video to video what type of audience you're appealing to. So Task Bester, that is the quick audit for you. Next channel is Tommy. Okay, so this is a channel of a significantly different size here, 28,000 subscribers. And so folks, a bit of a challenge here, and to you, Jeremy, as well. We're going to look at this channel for what, 10-15 seconds, and what do you think it's about?
Honestly, I would say gaming first.
Yeah, looks to be about gaming. And I guess the reason I'm asking that is because the channel name doesn't really hint at that, and the channel banner doesn't really, it kind of hints at that in the graphics that we see. But we've also got this main character, which I assume is maybe a cartoon version of yourself, I would suggest. And then looking at the thumbnails, there's always this question of consistency. And what we mean by that, Jeremy and I, when we're talking about consistency, is if I highlight this thumbnail, and then I highlight this thumbnail, and then I highlight maybe this thumbnail, simple question is, do you think these thumbnails come from the same video creator? And the answer would probably be not sure. It just looks like another Fortnite thumbnail from a random video creator. So a question that needs to be asked is, you're in, I assume this is you, or it's not, this 10-year-old, so that's not you. So that's somebody else. So who is this person? I guess there's a lot of sort of different questions coming up here as I look at this channel. In saying all that, though, I think we're maybe focusing a little bit too much on the negatives here, because this channel does have nearly 30,000 subscribers. So you're definitely doing something right in terms of the view counts. What I would be looking at here is maybe looking at the different spikes. You've got a video here with 30,000 views, one here with just 2,000 views, and another one here with 40,000 views. So there is certainly probably a theme within your videos that resonates more with your audience, and continue to focus on them. Jeremy, I think if I was going to ask you to point things out creatively in the design, you're always going to subscribe to the notion that you like arrows pointing in places, because they always seem to have a good impact on a video creator. But is there anything else here I look at each of these thumbnails and I think within themselves they're like a 6 or 7 out of 10, but on like a completely different scale on each one. Like for example, this one's the character's blown up and seen quite nicely on the thumbnail. This one, there's some motion going on. This one's got an arrow pointing to it. So they've all got good elements with individually, but then they miss out in other ways.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I just think if you had consistency, it would work better. The new cube thumbnail is phenomenal because it's intriguing and you can't see whatever you're pointing to. So it gives intrigue and it gives someone a reason to click.
Yeah.
And the emoji makes it like subtly makes it say, oh, there's something cool here. You need to check this out. So giving intrigue is a phenomenal thing. I would just rebrand basically and just have more consistency so people know it's you and your thumbnail, and you're going to do a lot better. But congratulations on about to hit 30,000 subscribers. That's quite an amazing feat.
Yeah, and one last thing, just as I'm looking at your posting schedule, you seem to post sporadically. So 4 months ago you did like 4 or 5 videos, and then 3 months ago 4 or 5 videos, but then in the last 2 months you've only done 3 videos. So you had this momentum, and maybe that is an indicator as well as to why you've seen quite a drop off in audience, because you've just not been supplying enough content to your audience, and YouTube has said, all right, I'm going to go find somebody else who can give me Fortnite videos to share with an audience. So definitely posting schedule. If you could get once a week, that would be brilliant. But I think with gaming content, there's almost no limit on gaming content, Jeremy, is there? You could almost probably do 2 or 3 videos a day if you wanted to. But if you're getting into a range of 2 or 3 videos a week, that's pretty good, isn't it? Especially for a gaming channel, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Jeremy, I'm going to let you lead with this one again. And we are looking at Brick Clicker. I think it's fairly obvious what type of channel this is.
Yeah, a Lego channel. I'm pretty good now. I'm learning. Could you do me a favor and sort by most popular?
Yeah. And this is something that all of the previous channel creators can do, just sorting by most popular.
And the reason I do this is I want to see what's worked the best for you in the past and how long ago that was. What's interesting is you'll find 90% of the time that your best video was a few years ago.
Yeah, if you've been on YouTube for a while, yeah.
And the reason for that is more and more creators come on the platform every day, so it gets more competitive. So 2 years ago was less competitive than a year ago, which is less, and 4 years ago was less competitive. So a lot of channels kind of peaked, believe it or not, a year or 2 or 3 or 4 ago. Not saying it's a bad thing, it just is the new reality. So that's why I do that. I sort by most popular. Seeing that new Lego theme coming, my recommendation to you is what if you announced and showed all the new Lego stuff announcing, because clearly the biggest video you've ever had, even though it had extremely low likes to dislike ratios, there's something to be said. I would explore basically announcing and talking about the new Lego stuff. That may be something you want to double down on. And then consistency in your thumbnails and showing Legos in your thumbnails, having more color, looking, typing in Lego and see what the thumbnails are that are ranking the best, what videos are doing the best in the world. Emulate them, but stand out, make your own colors and, make your own version of it so that people know it's your channel versus someone else's. But all in all, 2,000 subscribers, you're doing a great job. I just think you need to double down on what's working. You need to get more consistency in your thumbnails. And for goodness sake, show Legos.
Yeah, I think if we were going to if I was going to give you one piece of advice here, Brick Clicker, is that when I visited your channel, I immediately knew it was about Lego because of your channel banner, which is relatively simple. That could be improved a little bit, but it's really simple. And when I look at a thumbnail like this, the 20th anniversary sets, there's too much going on here. So what I would be doing is picking maybe 1 or 2 of the Star Wars Lego items from this thumbnail, maximum, and blowing them up to fill the entire thumbnail page. Because I think you're right, Jeremy. There's like a lot of Lego in these thumbnails, but it is so small that it's kind of a little difficult to pick that out, isn't it?
It is. I mean, even though there are Legos, you don't really see them.
Yeah. And like, for example, this one, the train one, what I would do is I would take just this little bit here and I would blow that up to fill the entire page, because people are going to be able to tell it's a Lego train from that, and maybe a little bit of text. But in saying all that, you cracked 2,000 subscribers, which is awesome work, and you certainly know your channel focus. So tweaks, improvements, that 1% attitude of improving every single video will take you far. Next channel is Ricky Bienvenue Vlogs. All right, the first question I want to ask everybody here on the live stream is, does this channel banner look familiar? Because I think this is one of the default YouTube channel banners. I'm sure I've seen this multiple times, and I'm wondering which skyline it is. I'm going to guess it's Hong Kong, but I'm pretty certain I've seen this channel banner before. So first thing is, create a custom channel banner here. So you've nearly got 50 subscribers, which is awesome for a vlog, trying to build out a channel. Thumbnails here, it looks as if you're just taking freeze frames from the videos. We can tell this through the black bars, which means that you're filming in portrait and YouTube's taking that thumbnail. So maybe when you start your video, just take a picture of yourself, or once you've finished the video, just take a quick picture of yourself, so you've got something which tells a bit of a better story. For example, if we look at this one, if I'm a new visitor to your channel and it says week 20 in review, week 20 of what? Maybe it's like a travel vlog, or you're on a challenge to lose weight maybe, or you're learning a new language. A bit more keyword help, assistance to the potential viewer may help here, because I'm just not sure what this video is about. And I think you might be able to extend that a little bit to a lot of your content in terms of what is a video about, other than what it says in the title. Any other thoughts here, Jeremy?
Yeah, just make sure that you're using words in your title that people are searching for.
Yeah.
Don't ever make like a statement. Make it the answer to a question. And up your thumbnail game and double down on focusing. You know, not even really sure what your channel is about. I agree with Rob that the banner needs to be you, and it needs to have your messaging of what the channel is about. I see one that, you know, from 4 hours ago that is about Mars. So I hope your entire channel is about space or rocks, or, you know, planets, or, you know, something like that. So you really do need to focus. And looks like you're just getting started, and we're happy for you, and have a good YouTube journey.
Yeah, if we were to take these two videos right here, detailed facts about Mars, detailed facts about Arizona Cardinals. So there is a connection there in that your channel might be detailed facts about different topics. Or is it about Mars? Or is it about Arizona Cardinals? I think there's some decisions to be made there. And this is just these two videos, but then all of the other stuff is vlogs, there's weeks in review. It's almost like every single video is a complete departure from the previous one. So absolutely, Jeremy, I agree. The start of your YouTube journey, you're pushing out videos, you're getting experience, which is all brilliant. Nice thing. Now at some point in the next 50 videos or a month or two, you've got to start asking questions about, right, what did I enjoy most when I was making my videos, and what did my audience enjoy most, and start to narrow down, funnel towards that goal. All right, Jeremy, I will let you lead with River Fox 993928.
So I can already know exactly what this channel is about. It's about Fortnite, and I like it. You know, it makes sense. I know you're River Fox and you play Fortnite. The thumbnails are really good. Again, it'd be nice to see a little more consistency, a lot less text. The text is too small to see, not just because I'm old, but there's just way too much small text. I would only have 2 or 3 words max and make them larger. You also don't necessarily need words. Maybe you just need 1 word. The use of arrows and colors are good, but if you can just make your channel have a theme and a design, it would be carried throughout all the thumbnails. You always know when PewDiePie has a thumbnail. You don't have to read the channel about our PewDiePie. You always know when Mr. Beast makes a thumbnail because Mr. Beast is in it. So really study the greats in gaming and come back to thumbnails and your actual titles and implement some of the things you learned from them.
I like the passion and determination here. There's a lot of videos being pushed out from this channel, which is fantastic to see. You're certainly putting in the hard hours and the hustle that's required for a YouTube channel, especially on the topic of Fortnite Save the World. Just sorting out some of your most popular videos here. Seem to be doing really well on this quest one, and it looks as if you really did push out a lot of content on this particular Stonewood quest line. So it's great to see that you were doubling down on your content. As Jeremy said, these thumbnails in themselves probably just aren't strong enough a little bit there. Fortnite is a really tough area to break into. My question would be perhaps, do you need this entire keyword Fortnite Save the World? I don't know if people are just searching for the second part of the keyword. And then you've got it in brackets there. So I'm wondering if you're... Is there ever a time, Jeremy, sometimes when you're almost trying to... not keyword stuff, but you're so focused on trying to include as many keywords that you go overboard and there's too many? Yeah,
I mean, you're really, especially with Fortnite, it's so competitive that you're really just going to rank for one phrase if you rank for anything at all.
Yeah.
And honestly, the less words, well, I would say around 60 characters is probably what you need.
Yeah.
So you need a big phrase, but I wouldn't keyword stuff.
So, as an example, Fortnite Save the World brackets STW, you could probably get rid of Save the World and STW and just have Fortnite, and then Stonewood quest line is probably, I guess, an adventure within Fortnite, which is a lot more niche, and that's maybe what might be brought a little more forward. It could even start with Stonewood quest line Fortnite tutorial, because maybe people who already know what Fortnite's about aren't even searching for Fortnite. They're searching for that particular... In fact, I'm going to humour myself here for 1 second and do a quick search for that. So it looks as if YouTube is also completing for Stonewood Quest, whatever that was. Neither Jeremy and I are big gamers, so... But it looks as if there was stuff there. And is this about Fortnite?
Yep.
Yeah, it is about Fortnite. So you could have maybe started with that as a keyword search.
And that's a good point. Ranking for things other than Fortnite is probably going to be your best bet.
So trying to rank for something within that big, broader topic might be a way forward. So if we just very quickly go to the most recent videos first again, because I'm sure you were... So your latest one is Plankerton Part 10. So maybe just experiment with Plankerton and then again, do we need part 10 in the title? Perhaps not. It might be just Plankerton Quest Build, Plankerton Quest, I don't know what else you might use there. I'm not really following all of the keywords here, but I think when I look at these thumbnails and titles, they feel almost like file names rather than what somebody might specifically be searching for on YouTube.
And I just want to say Sean Canal is in the house.
Oh, hey, Sean.
Shout out to one of our favorite YouTubers.
Thank you for joining us, Sean. Yeah, I was on Video Influencers with Benji on Saturday and had a absolute blast there. And sorry, we're going completely off topic for 1 second. But I've moved the book. Oh, you can't see it, but Sean, that is YouTube Secrets right there. That is the book. Bear with me 1 second.
And if you don't have Sean Cannell's book and Benji's YouTube Secrets, it's definitely something we'd recommend. It's a great book.
Awesome book. Highly recommended. And I should also mention here, while we just pulled off the audits for a second, thank you to our resident moderators. I can see Dr. Sten is in the house moderating, which is absolutely fantastic. Really do appreciate your work here. And any of the moderators from vidIQ who are also dropped in. What we're going to do now, folks, is take a short break. I'm going to load up some more channels to audit, and we'll be taking your questions. So, Jeremy, as always, you are on radio silence, but we will be back very soon after these messages. Does running a YouTube channel sometimes make you feel dazed and confused? Well, that's why you might need a little education. vidIQ can review your channel in seconds, 24 hours a day. It's like having your own YouTube consultant giving you all of this information. Do a YouTube search and we'll show you the stats, the value of that keyword, what's related, what's trending, what tags each video uses, and a deep dive with a single click. After research comes analysis. Our video scorecard will pick apart all the important analytics from social media to SEO, and we do this for every single video on YouTube for free. And when it comes to uploading your videos, vidIQ is here to support you every step of the way, with suggested keywords, our SEO score ranking, upload checklist, and recommended tags, boosting your content to the next level. Oh, and if you think we've finished there, we haven't even started. We have dozens more tools we want to show you right now. All you need to do is download vidIQ now and let us help educate you on your YouTube journey today. And we'll be back in 60 seconds, just loading up some more channels, back very soon.
What's up, guys? It's Tech TV here.
All right, and we are back, everybody, for part 2 of the vidIQ live stream, auditing your channels. If you are enjoying this live stream, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and share this live stream with anybody you think may find it useful as a video creator. Jeremy, can you still see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so we'll jump straight back into it. And I think we had a pretty game-heavy section there. So we're going to look at some other channels now. We're going to kick off with this one, which is BLP3 Motors, channel with nearly 900 subscribers. And I think when I first look at the thumbnails, I'm like, wow, these are pretty powerful, pretty stunning. And I think this is where Jeremy will be able to enlighten everybody as to why these are such powerful thumbnails.
Yeah, so, you know, in design, there's emphasis, flow, contrast, alignment, balance, repetition, and there's usually what I like to call the foreground and background, or the hero of the thumbnail, and then everything else.
Let's just stop on that point for a second.
Sure.
The hero of the thumbnail. I think this is super important because a lot of the thumbnails that we've already looked at there's always a question in mine and Jeremy's head is, what is the hero of this thumbnail? Whether it's a person, whether it's an object, or perhaps sometimes whether it's text. Your eye should always be drawn to one or two elements on a thumbnail, shouldn't they? And I think in this example, it's always absolutely clear within a second what your eye should be drawn to on the thumbnail. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Yeah, absolutely. And the car is the hero. Now, I will say there's some improvements to be made. I would make, like, for example, the second thumbnail on the top, that car should probably be 60% larger.
Yep.
But the biggest improvements I would make is just have less text. So both the branding element and the text, I think, is too much.
Good point. Yeah. So I think maybe he needs to sacrifice this,
yes,
and turn it into perhaps a little logo in one of the corners. But
it would be the bottom left-hand corner, not right, because it'll be covered by the timestamp.
Because I think the text that they're using to describe the video is fine, isn't it? Top 5 under 50k. I think that's like the absolute extreme or online only. I think the video creator's already got a good idea of the maximum amount of text. It's just this extra branding which is a little intrusive.
Absolutely. And another thing I would say is, when possible, make the thumbnails look like they're moving. My favorite thumbnail by far is the orange Mustang that has smoke coming out of it.
See, I was gravitating towards this one because
that's a great one too.
The blurred background as well. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They both tell an intriguing story in their own way, don't they? I guess the difference with this one is it had a little less, I guess, consistency, because on all the other videos we've got this strong outline stroke effect, whereas this one's a little different in terms of its appearance.
And do me a favor, sort by most viewed.
I was just going to do the same thing here, Jeremy. Yeah. I hope.
And what we're looking for, if you're auditing your own channel with us, is I want to see what cars are being searched for the most. I want to see what titles are being used, and then what style of thumbnail is getting the most views.
Yeah.
Notice that most of these videos that are the most viewed, there's a few from 6 and 9 months ago, but a lot of them are over 7 months old, a year old. So a lot of people get their biggest views a few years ago. That's just part of it. But what's interesting to me is the most viewed video is not a sports car. It's not something cool. It's, it's just a Dodge Ram with a lift kit. So that's very intriguing to me. Maybe you should do more Dodge Ram content.
When I was looking at it, I think I saw the same thing that was coming up was Honda Civic. So Civic there. Do we have it? And then another one. So it looks to me as if your strongest series of videos is around the Honda Civic. Because I think ultimately this channel has got to ask the question is every single video going to be about a completely different car, or am I going to have to niche down at some point and maybe focus on a particular car that has a passionate community around it? I know, for example, Steph ABTV, somebody who we looked at a long time ago, his main interest was specifically a Fiat Abarth, so really one type of car, and whenever he did videos on other topics, they didn't do quite as well. But once he built up his audience on that particular brand of car, he was able to take his views on a journey and they stayed with him, but he still gets the most popular views from one particular car. So maybe Honda Civic, could you do the next 5 to 10 videos on that one type of car, and maybe it will make a huge difference in the number of views, because they seem to be generally in the low hundreds for most ones. So here we go. I'm going to try this. I'm going to search for the so the last video you did on a Honda Civic is a couple of months ago, and that one got 250 views, but then this one got 4,000 views. That one got 4,500 views. So, Jeremy, you can see where I'm going here. I'm just looking at a particular keyword, and each of those videos have views in the thousands versus other videos which have got views in the hundreds.
Yeah, definitely. And it's very intriguing. So as you guys are auditing your own channels, definitely look at this, sort by most viewed. Also use the channel audit tool that vidIQ provides and just see what's working, what's not working, and what you need to fix.
I would say from a visual perspective, this channel's operating a channel with thousands of subscribers, but they're just maybe not, they haven't quite found their target audience for the content that they're producing. All right, we spent a bit of time on that one. So let's now move on to BK42. custom bikes graphic design, YouTube certified. Wow, Jeremy, we are auditing a YouTube certified channel. What that means is that this person has gone through one of the courses that YouTube provides to certify them as an expert or somebody who's knowledgeable in the field of how YouTube works to then educate other people. Both Jeremy and I think, are still certified. We took our exams like almost a year ago now. Did it last a year or two?
I think the new design, I think the new one is 18 months, but okay. I guess we need to log in and see.
So yeah, I think we're certified at this point. But yeah, what do we think of this channel? Like awesome thumbnails, straight off the bat.
Yeah, there's really a lot of greatness here for sure.
Where should we start? Maybe with the color theme.
Let's talk about the
yellows and blacks that work really well. And I think, I guess, topography, for example, this video where there is some text, but it's kind of works itself into the thumbnail. The creators certainly considered how the text is going to work in a thumbnail when they were taking this picture. And the hero is the autumn
leaves, not the bicycle.
Yeah.
And that's very important.
That's a good point. Interesting.
But the color theory here is phenomenal because it's wrapped with the banner and so it looks like their channel. So, if he's using this black and yellow every time and you're subscribed to this channel, you're probably going to visually be able to pop out and see their thumbnails versus someone else's because he has a consistent brand. Also, it's different, right, than a lot of his competitors. Yeah. So I think the thumbnails are phenomenal. I think they're very, very well done. I would like to see his face in the banner. And then the only kind of, I guess, nuance I would say about this channel is I would stick to a major theme, like basically 20 or 30 videos on a specific type of content. So, doing bicycles and Photoshop and, YouTube advice, I would stick to one. I would just be a bike channel, just a Photoshop tips channel, or just a graphic design / Photoshop, channel. I wouldn't do all three.
That is a good question, isn't it? Because when I was looking at the most recent videos, there does seem to be an intended transition from maybe bike content to YouTube style content and video and photo editing. So I think you are making this a conscious decision, BK42, but maybe another thing to think about as well is you don't publish videos on a very regular basis. It looks to be once a month. So imagine if you do a video on, let's say, Photoshop. It might be, so the last two videos have been on Photoshop, but then people haven't seen any bike content for almost 6 months. So it's going to be hard to maintain an audience, I think, for that. So yeah, other than a very light posting schedule and channel focus, there's a lot of awesome things going on this channel, and hopefully you already know all of this because you are YouTube certified yourself. And if you disagree, do let us know in the comments, because I guess one thing that we should all always say is that while we are YouTube certified, I never consider myself a YouTube expert. I always consider myself a passionate enthusiast who's sharing what I've learned through my experiences and my journeys on the YouTube channel. And there are many different paths to the same result. So hopefully sometimes the audience can appreciate that sometimes we may be saying things that sound absolutely daft or ridiculous, or you've already tried that, and there are many ways to the end goal. Next channel, Jeremy, I'll let you lead with this one because it is Adam Sicaro, 270 subscribers, looks like phenomenal thumbnails, and it is a travel vlog.
I'll say that this looks like a channel with 100,000 subscribers.
You are right, yeah. Wow, look at this one. Sorry, I'm just getting really distracted here. This thumbnail here, which he's tried to create like a little reflection effect on the text here, so it looks as if it's reflecting in the water. It looks really cool. Anyway, sorry, go on.
So go back up to the banner for me.
Yes.
And, okay, so what I love about this type of banner is it's all images. So it's him. You can just see in 2 or 3 seconds, you can see that he likes video, he likes wake surfing and photography. and film, photo, travel. It all makes sense. He's in different places. So you just get a sense visually of what the channel is about. And although having a messaging like film, photo, travel is powerful, visually storytelling that in the banner is even more powerful. Also, the banner design is reflected in the thumbnail design from both a topography perspective, but also from just colors, oversaturated, nice, photo travel style photos. It's just great. So I would say that all in all, this visually, this channel is perfect. From the thumbnail to the icon to the banner, where I see a lot of improvement to be made is just on the titles themselves. So Athens, Greece travel vlog is going to be near impossible to rank for at a channel size this much.
Yeah.
So maybe you could have 40 or 50 blogs on Athens, Greece, and then get very specific. So not just an overall Athens, Greece travel vlog, but maybe Athens, Greece travel, cheap tickets, or a specific person, place, or thing in Athens, Greece, or a specific place that you're visiting, or an event you're doing, or basically just get more long tail with all of your videos. And then when you're traveling, make sure you make like 5 or 10 videos for every location.
Yeah, I was thinking this one was quite interesting, the Broken Dubai one, that hints at an adventure in a particular place for that one. And yeah, absolutely, I think if you can do like multi-part series videos, I guess the question is, I'm assuming, given the quality of the thumbnails and the channel banner, that your videos take quite a long time to edit and put together, because each of them are well over 10 minutes. So could be an interesting dilemma here. In fact, I'm intrigued enough to just click on a video here, just to maybe watch 20 seconds of it and see what happens, if people allow me this.
I'm actually really bummed we didn't get to ride the hot air balloons, because today's our last day and the weather was really bad, so they didn't let us take off. They've canceled them the last 2 days now, but I hope you guys enjoy this day because we did an insane amount of stuff.
So yeah, it looks as if to me that there's a lot of storytelling going on in the vlogs, and there's quick editing and B-roll that's going to be in there. So yeah, what do we suggest, Jeremy? Just get more and more content, film as much as possible, and then spend the next couple of months in the editing suite churning out 5 to 6 videos on each location.
Yeah, and specifically answer questions instead of making a vlog about Greece travel. Make a vlog about Greece travel, but answer at the same time, answer questions people are asking about Athens, Greece travel.
So Adam Sicaro, we wish you the best of luck on what looks to be, I would describe it, a beautiful channel in terms of the imagery that's on there. Backward Picnic is the next one. Wow, with that channel banner and that channel name, I don't initially have a clue what this one's going to be about, so this is going to be intriguing. 4,500 subscribers, so you've built up an audience, which is good. And then looking at the titles, it's How to Decorate Your Roof with Icicles. That's a fascinating title in itself. How to Camouflage Yourself, Eating Snow Off the Window, How to Do Face Yoga. I'm still not sure what this channel is about.
I think, and I could be wrong, but I think this is a comedy how-to channel, which I love. The only channel I don't love that does this is Troom Troom, and it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But I think this is probably a comedy how-to channel, right, which I think is hilarious.
Now I've seen How to Wipe Your Face with a Cake, I'm starting to agree with you on this one.
And I like it.
Yeah,
be weird, have fun on YouTube. So
this is a comedy channel, and this is so I think in this case it's kind of, it's not a channel about really reaching specific keywords. It's about the most intriguing titles you can have versus really powerful thumbnails. And so I think the titles are really good. Don't light a candle until you've watched this. How to Wipe Your Face with a Cake. how to make a meal without food. I think all of those titles are really good. I think where the video creator needs to improve a little bit is teasing more of that story out in the thumbnails. For example, this one, don't light a candle until you've watched this. I think it's a brilliant title. How could the thumbnail better tell what's going to happen there? Because I'm sure there is something in the video that helps explain this. So whether it's a huge explosion or like smoke coming off a candle that's just been blown out. Do you see where I'm coming from here, Jeremy? I think also
absolutely. I would have a candle and have an arrow pointing to it with like like the no circle.
And then even this one where it's how to wipe your face with a cake. It's not immediately apparent that you're doing that because you're not zoomed in enough. Maybe we'd need to see bits of cake dripping off you. I think there's just... And this is, I agree, this is really difficult, especially in a thumbnail. You may spend hours having to build these thumbnails that really help the title, but I'd say like the titles are like 8, 9 out of 10 right now, and the thumbnails are more like 5 to 6 out of 10. If you could increase that level of the pitch to your audience, you could start to see viral videos taking off here. Like how to do face yoga. Where else would you go with this show? I think that's it, isn't it? That is.
Yeah, I think the titles don't necessarily matter because it's comedy. It would be the distribution and sharing of these videos, which would be the best. Obviously, you'll want to use terms people are searching for, but you'll want to make sure that you're not ranking for like how to bake a cake if you're making comedy about baking a cake.
And the videos that you were making a couple of years ago seem to be more popular than the ones that you're making now. I guess because did you take a extended break anywhere in any of this? Yeah, there was quite a significant break here. So that looks to be where the audience drop-off was when you took the break. And now it's just rebuilding your audience with the videos that you're creating. So this feels like this channel has the potential to go super big. It seems very unique in its approach. And yeah, well, I guess we predict potentially big things if it can just get these certain elements right of how to storytelling, a thumbnail and a title, and distribution of the content.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moving on then, Jeremy, we are now looking at Keller Bella. Looks to be a relatively new channel, or they've been around for a while, but they haven't posted that many videos. Moving up to 100 subscribers soon with more videos. What do we make of this one very generally?
Yeah, I would say congratulations on about to hit 100 subscribers. Seems really fun. It seems like you really just got started on YouTube, which is really exciting. And I think you have a lot of the fundamentals down. I would just focus a little more on the polish of the design with the banner and the thumbnails, but you're definitely getting it with emojis and everything. So you're definitely headed in the right direction. Maybe make the thumbnails a little more simple so that it's just easier to visually see what you're trying to highlight. And beyond that, I would say that you need to really work on your titles. So what's in the box is probably something a channel under 100,000 subscribers is not going to rank for. But they may rank for a phrase with 5, 6, 7, 8 words.
Such as, sorry, I'm putting you on the spot there.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure, but it could be. I don't know what the video is about, but I'm guessing it might actually be like unboxing or something. Who knows? Yeah. But let's just say it was unboxing. It could be what's in the skateboard box, or the makeup box. Yeah. Whatever the thing is that they're talking about is what's missing.
All right, so that's Keller Bella. Good luck with your channel. I agree mostly with Jeremy in that the thumbnails sometimes look a little unfocused. If we've been looking at the previous videos, like very clear to see what's the hero in this channel, whereas on your video sometimes when we have a couple of emojis, you two, and then a monkey emoji, and then whisper challenge. I think it would almost be better if it would just you had you two full size on the thumbnail with your fingers up to your mouth, and I think that, or like even facing each other, almost like a face-off whisper pose, might be more powerful, just as an example. All right, folks, what we're going to do now is take some of your questions. So, Jeremy, I'm going to take you off screen sharing, and I'm going to bring you back front and center. So, folks, this is your chance. Ask us any question about YouTube, about vidIQ, about your channel, but folks, help us out here. Try and make it as specific as possible. For example, we don't want a question such as, how do I get more views, or what's wrong with my channel? Because those type of questions are just absolutely impossible to answer. So, to ask a question so that we can see it here in the chat, include hashtag question before you ask the question, and that will help us pick them out here in the chat. And just while I'm waiting for you to post some questions, thank you again to our moderators who are joining us here today. And if you are enjoying this live stream, do make sure to give it a thumbs up. We always appreciate the engagement. Subscribe to vidIQ for more live streams and awesome content just like this. Almost every day at the moment, we're pushing out a lot of content. And of course, download the vidIQ Chrome extension, which is free to download. And there is a link in the video description. Do we have any questions, Jeremy?
Yeah.
That are coming through? Okay, let's tackle them right now.
Okay, is there a way to mute or replace all audio on a video? I got a manual copyright flag, some music. So, Rob, is there a way to actually replace the music in a video?
So, through YouTube, what you should be able to do is when it tells you that you have a copyright strike, there should be a link that says remove this song, and then you can click on that and it will take you to an editor where you can either choose alternative music or mute that part of the video. Essentially, what YouTube will give you is the tools to remove the copyright, and only that. So I would say go through that process first, and that should, in most cases, that usually fixes it. But as always with copyright, sometimes it doesn't quite work the way you want it to, or the copyright is too, like it's the entire song on a video, and so you're moving some vocals over the copyright. I think the bottom line is don't use copyright content. It's a simple answer to that, and I'm sure Jeremy would always subscribe to that answer.
Absolutely. So are you making a vidIQ app for Android?
Ooh, we're getting this question, are we? The answer is yes. As to when it comes out, stay tuned. We are doing a few tweaks here and there, but there is a mobile vidIQ app coming out soon. But we don't want to announce when it's going to be ready, because it's done when it's done, and you will definitely find out here on the vidIQ channel, because we will be shouting from the rooftops when it is released.
Okay, so vidIQ, answer me. Well, you didn't ask a question, so we're going to move on.
I've got one for you here, Jeremy. The gaming monster is... sorry, no. Okay, so the Gaming Master, if you ask a question such as what is a good tip to make subscribers, it's a little too broad. We have some videos on how to get more subscribers. Just search for that on Google, and you should find some of our videos there. There was a question that came up here, which was a good one. I've lost it. Here it is. Donald Suck asks, where do you get your content ideas from? I'll field that one to you, Jeremy, first.
Yeah, so one thing we do is we definitely look at our competitors and see what is working the best. Sean Canal and Benji from Video Influencers, we just basically steal everything they do. No, I'm just kidding. We see what's working, we see what's trending, we figure out what questions people are asking on YouTube, and then we become the answer for those questions.
Absolutely, yeah.
And honestly, most of the tools we use are vidIQ. We typically start with asking questions on YouTube, seeing what auto-populates, on the YouTube drop-down menu, and then on the right-hand side on YouTube, vidIQ will show some results of the top searches. We call this the keyword, or I call this the keyword universe within the searches that you're searching for. We have a keyword inspector. You can click on each one of those keywords, and then you can start to understand your universe of keywords that you should use for each video. And then as you're editing or uploading a video, we actually have tag recommendations as well.
My short answer would be it does come a lot down to muscle memory. By that I mean I've been making videos for about 5 or 6 years now. I think I've made about 1,500 videos. And what I found is that usually when an idea comes into your head and it's like gut instinct, oh, I think I can make a video on that. That usually means that it is the right thing to do. I know that sounds daft and it probably goes against all potential YouTube tips, tricks and advice, but what I found for me is that if I can mentally create a video in my head within 10 to 15 seconds, then I think that's worth investigating and fleshing out a little more. Whether I write it down or I just immediately start on it, it's always that spark, and it's usually that phrase in my head that says I can make a video on that, and I get that rush of adrenaline. It's like, oh, I'm going to jump on it and seize that opportunity. So that's like from the video creator's deep emotional type of answer to how do I come up with video ideas.
And here's a question I would like to answer. So how do I successfully change my channel's niche? A little while ago, I changed my niche and it was no longer enjoying making those kind of videos. However, they effectively completely killed the channel. So I just did this. Jeremy Vest, I'm a person, but I also like to skateboard, and I don't want to make instructional videos for how to do YouTube because this is what I do every single day, so I wanted to break up the monotony of life, if you will. I love doing this, but I don't want to do it 24 hours a day. So I decided 2 weeks ago to go skateboarding only. And it's completely different. Out of the 4,000 subscribers I've had, I've already lost 200 or 300 subscribers, but I've gained 200 or 300 subscribers. And I will be honest with you, I'm getting about 10% of views with my videos for subscribers. So if I have 4,000 subscribers, I'll get 400 views. So it is a lot slower than I'm used to rebuilding a channel. Another thing I did that I think really helped is I went and I changed my about section to skateboarding. I changed my channel tags to skateboarding, and I also changed my related channels to all skateboarding stuff. And honestly, YouTube is already associating me with skateboard channels with just 3 videos. So I think you can do it. I just think you have to be smart about it, and you have to just embrace and accept the period where it will be slower than you like.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Let's say, for example, you're watching a TV channel and all of a sudden the programming completely changes. You're probably going to go somewhere else and you have to accept that. But if you throw yourself into that new venture forward, you'll soon create a brand new audience on what your topic is about. And it is tough, but that is the nature of a lot of channels who decide to do that. All right, what other questions have we got? So some very quick questions. MC Plays, what do you use for thumbnails? Stick around for tomorrow because we are setting live how vidIQ makes thumbnails. If you go to our community tab, secret access there, you can watch that today if you want to. We've been doing a little test on that.
Early access.
But Photoshop is the answer if you wanted to know. What else have we got here? We're not going to answer any PewDiePie questions today. I think I've had enough of that for 1 week. So what else have we got?
Here's one. I make animated science videos about 2.5 minutes long, and I don't stretch my videos. I make them as long as they have to be, but my best performing videos are 5 minutes long. Should I make longer content?
Yes. As simple as that. If the YouTube signal's saying that your longer videos get more views and perhaps are shared more, absolutely. I don't know how else to answer that. I know sometimes, I guess the counter argument is then that you're just answering to the algorithm, but the algorithm is supposed to be based off of audience reaction as well. So that would be my simple answer. Have you got a counter argument to that, Jeremy, or does that sound right?
Nope. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so questions. What strategies and formulas do you use for titles? This one comes from Mirjar Productions. Always doing keyword research to find what people are searching for. And then I found is that once you've found a particular type of keyword phrase that's working really well, is I will use that keyword phrase and then just change bits of a title after it. I don't know if you've noticed this, but on our live streams, every single week, our title is how to get more views and subscribers, ... And then it talks about the topic, like with the Creator Studio or with thumbnails or whatever. So, and our live stream audience has more or less doubled in the last 3 months. So we think that's working as well. Any other thoughts there, Jeremy? I mean, there's a lot of things we could go into here. I know you'll talk about the search intent and passion. That's something that you're always a strong advocate for.
Yeah, I think we've got it covered.
All right, we're going to take a few very quick final questions here. Epic Gamer, can I get 1,000 subs in a week? Is it possible? Yes. Next question. Are you Illy Gamer 123? Are you proud of your channel? Wow, that's a very deep question. I think we're pretty proud of our channel, Jeremy, aren't we? I mean, together we've put a lot of work into it over the last 12 months, especially on thumbnails and especially exploring not just the universe of how to get more views and subscribers, but YouTube news stories and YouTube news features and bringing that into our content. And I think I'm fairly proud of where the channel's going right now.
I would say crap. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We went from 100,000 subscribers to over 300 and almost 15,000 subscribers in a year. And we're having fun. People are learning. We get messages every day of people saying thank you for learning. So I know we can get a lot better, but I think it's been a blast, and it's really, really like an honor to actually help so many people.
Awesome. Hayden Ainsley asks, how do you edit your videos? So we live stream using Streamlabs, and I edit my videos using Camtasia 9. There's all sorts of video editing programs out there. The reason I use Camtasia 9 specifically is because I do a lot of screen recording, and I need that for obviously tutorials, and that's why I use what some might call a bit of a niche program as opposed to Adobe or something, or Sony Vegas, something more mainstream. What else have we got here?
Should I hide lower viewed videos or older low quality videos? Will this help analytics?
As far as I'm aware, I don't think it would necessarily, an individual video wouldn't damage analytics, I don't think. And I always say as a video creator, if you do become very successful, people want to see your entire journey, look back at those old videos, see where you've come from and where you've come to. Any further thoughts there, Jeremy?
Nah, I think you nailed it.
Yep. And what else have we got here? A lot of people are asking about the Article 13. And as of now, we just don't know how this is going to impact YouTube. It's probably going to have a significant impact on it, but it's going to take 1-2 years for that to come into effect. I mean, net neutrality was something that was big in the US, and where 18 months further down the line of that being passed, and then it was then repealed, and God knows what happened to it. And so I think YouTube is going to change. But for me personally now, I wouldn't let that affect you with your creativity and spreading that message of value, because at the end of the day, Article 13 equals potential impact on income in terms of AdSense. And that's maybe where a lot of people can't get beyond that thought. It's that, oh no, I can't use copyright material anymore because it means my video is going to get demonetized. And if that is your only thought or strategy going forward on YouTube, then it doesn't matter whether Article 13 existed or not. You're thinking about the process of maybe making an income on YouTube all wrong. Jeremy, have I nailed that one as well?
You have.
Thank you very much. All right then, folks, thank you very much for taking part today in this live stream. We are running a little shorter today because we have some things to attend to in the vidIQ universe. I mean, I saw one person who was just asking there, what is the roadmap for vidIQ in the next quarter? Like a very business question. I'm not sure we can reveal such information in a live stream. That's more probably for our investors and for a boardroom meeting. But rest assured, I mean, obviously, the mobile app is a big one that we're working towards at the moment, and we're hoping to release that in the next few months. But yeah, it's been an honor, as always, for you to join us here in this live stream. And if you want to say your goodbyes right now, we'll do a shout out. Jeremy, any thoughts in general here from the channels that we've audited?
No, I think, it's really exciting to see people coming back and getting better. And, YouTube is a hard thing, so don't give up and just keep on getting 1% better every week.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of highlight channels there, especially the car channel with some awesome thumbnails there. And then we had the Backward Picnic one, who had some really interesting ideas with comedy, which I thought were super interesting. So, shout outs to say goodbye include JS Gamer, One Shot Kill, SciTech, The Gaming Master, Cafe Director, BK42, the YouTube certified channel. Goodbye to you, Nines Captudio, Tube Techie, and who else have we got? Bilo06, Deutschland all the way. Jeremy, who else have we got saying goodbye here?
Kaylee's Big Pig, Tube Techie, Joey and Jason from 2 Feet Below. Oh, that was long. And we have Z Knight.
And we also
congratulations to Elite Fitness for crossing 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, congratulations. Well done to you. Ben Millinger Arts, goodbye to you. Amir Hamza, Shao Tao Piano, Homemade Food, Super Williams World. Everybody, if we pronounce your names wrong, we do apologise. While we are YouTube certified experts, we are channel pronunciation amateurs, and we will hope to improve in future live streams. If you enjoyed this live stream, make sure to give us a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to vidIQ, make sure you do so for videos such as the custom thumbnail one that we are launching tomorrow. And if you found this live stream useful, make sure to share it with all your fellow video creators. As always, Jeremy, it is time to wave awkwardly to our audience until the live stream ends and say, enjoy the rest of your video making day. We'll see you again next week. Bye for now.